Welcome in. I am the corporate bull god, and in today's video we're going to discuss the two most important charts that you should be evaluating right now to give you confidence and an indication in terms of some bullish momentum picking back up in the market. If you appreciate the content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. Let me know if you think the new digs here are nice. This is what I'm planning on wearing every single video. They say dress for success, so that's what I'm gonna do. So just a quick disclosure that none of what I'm providing is financial advice. I'm simply looking to educate and to help others and spread sound technical analysis throughout the community. However, the ownership falls on you to make your own financial decisions. With that being said, let's get into it. Let's take a look at the first chart here. The first chart that we're taking a look at is the DXY. Now, you know I've been hammering home on this a lot. If you joined me for the Bitcoin Crypto Happy Hour, if you haven't, that's a live stream event every single week around 5:30 to 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time once a week. Pull up a glass, have a drink with me. And I also do a live Q&A, TA Q&A at the end. But I've been talking about the DXY a lot in prior videos, as well as the Bitcoin Crypto Happy Hour. This is chart number one. This is a monthly view. Now, as you can see before, I actually tweeted this out earlier today. This was the original chart that I had tweeted out back on, this was mid-July, but I've tweeted it out back in June and even before. This is a W pattern. Now, as you can see, the W pattern, the way it works is we have a double bottom, okay, double bound bottom, rounded bottom. It forms sort of a W formation. And the breakout here, which is this arrow, you take it from the middle of the pattern down to the bottom where we had our double bottom to get roughly what the technical target is. As you can see here, this pattern, this valid pattern that I drew, was drawn from the wicks, okay, from the candle wicks. But what I began to ask myself was, it looks like the dollar may start to be topping off. So I revisited the W pattern and asked myself if there was a way to still draw a valid W pattern in a way that provided more price confluence to us already topping in the dollar. As you can see, I've drawn the same pattern, but what I've done here is I've started at the candle bodies instead of the candle wicks. Wicks are an expression of volatility. So we have candle body touches here, okay? And once we broke up, okay? So once we broke up, I drew the technical target. Again, the technical target, if we zoom out here, you can see that the technical target is from the bottom where we had our double bottom up to the middle of the pattern, and that's drawn here. And that actually coincides, coincidentally or non-coincidentally, where we topped out at 109.294 this prior month. So this is something to watch for. One of the things that I've really been hammering home on with the DXY chart is that it has had parabolic price action, okay? All parabolas end, and when they end pretty swiftly and pretty hardly and crash pretty hard, okay? As you can see, we have had since May of 2021, since we bottomed here, we have literally had a straight trajectory upward, okay? This thing has just been a parabolic price action. But what you want to start to look for is you want to look for key levels to break down. So as you can see, what I would be looking at here, this is on a weekly view. There's also some price indicators lending themselves, like if you look at the stochastic RSI and MACD, which we're not going to do right now, they're starting to signal that things may turn around to the downside for the DXY. We topped here and created a low. We topped here and created a low. We topped here and created a low. You can see higher highs and higher lows. High, right now, there's still a higher low. What I want is for this to begin being taken out. I really want to see that 101 to 100 area for the DXY to begin to break down. That would really be a strong signal to me that we are going to see continued price action to the downside. Why is this such an important chart? Why is the dollar index, okay? The strength of the dollar relative to other currencies in the world, why is the strength of this important for us in cryptocurrencies? Well, if you look at these red arrows here, historically, when we've seen a sharp decline, okay, a sharp decline in the DXY, that has lent itself to mass appreciation not only in the stock market, in assets and stocks, but also in cryptocurrencies. We had our massive bull run back here in 2017 going into 2018 when the DXY crashed. We had a massive bull run at the top of the beer virus going into the summer of 2021 as the DXY crashed and bottomed. This is when crypto went on its large run and Bitcoin went from like 5,000 all the way up to 69,000, right? So this is really what I would be watching for. This is the first key chart. Okay, simplify your lives. Keep it stupid simple. This is chart number 1. Chart number 2 is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Okay, now I've hammered home on this before. Right now, what we've done, I've drawn this out and shown this so many times. This is a bear pennant, okay? We had a flagpole down, and then we had this consolidation. And typically what happens with these sort of formations is they like to break down, okay? That's typically what happens, okay? Now, we haven't seen that yet, okay? We have not seen that. In fact, what has happened and what I'm theorizing is going on here, we actually had some price action back here in May of 22 up to June of 22. By the way, this is a weekly on the Bitcoin dominance chart. We actually had price action invalidate this pattern. You can see we had candle bodies close above the descending triangle or bear flag and get up here. But guess what happened? It broke below here and re-entered the pennant. So I am leaning towards this being a fake out, which does happen sometimes with price patterns, and we've re-entered this pennant. The first signal to me that we could be in the midst of a true bear pennant with massive price appreciation down on Bitcoin dominance would be to take out this higher low. You can see here we had a low around 39 to 40%. Let me move my face out of the way. We had a low here around 39 to 40%. We topped out at around 44%. We then created a higher low here at around 41, 42%. We then created another high here, a higher high at around 48%. We've since created a low here at about, well, this is at 42. This was down at 41. So this spot right here, this low, is just above this low here. The first point that would leave me feeling further convicted that this is going to lend itself to a bear flag and a breakdown in Bitcoin dominance would be once we break this higher low. So look for these light gray lines here around the 41, 41.3, 44, 41.5% area. If Bitcoin dominance begins to break down below the 41.3, 41.5 area right here, then to me, I think it's just a matter of time until we hit this area. This is the main area I'm waiting for, okay? If you are bullish on if you're bullish on the market and you want to see your altcoins appreciate massively in value, you want Bitcoin dominance to come down here to 39 to 40, because guess what? Anytime an area of prior support or resistance continues getting hit, it weakens. 39 to 40% has been challenged here, here, and here 3 times. If it comes down a 4th time, it's going to break most likely, okay? It will take people by surprise because most people are not calling for this. Now, when and if that happens, this is even further important to understand. This zone here between 36.8 and 35.4, this zone is our prior all-time low in Bitcoin dominance. Now you have to understand that Bitcoin dominance decreasing, all that means is that the rate of appreciation in altcoins is outpacing Bitcoin. It could be smaller decreases in altcoins relative to Bitcoin. It could be larger increases in altcoins relative to Bitcoin. What I would theorize, and what makes complete sense to me, is if this bear flag, okay, if it does pan out, all right, love that trading view. If it does pan out, okay, what's going to happen is we're going to retest this area, which we haven't seen since January of 2018. This area, I would suspect, will break. Now, as that breaks and dominance is falling, it's creating all new time lows. And what I would suspect what would be happening in the market at that point is that Bitcoin would be going up in value. It would be running in value and increasing towards that 100,000 plus mark. But altcoins would be running much, much, much harder than Bitcoin, okay? As Bitcoin dominance is going down, this isn't the USD price again. This is the Bitcoin dominance, percentage of the market capitalization. As the dominance for Bitcoin is dropping off, it's still, the USD value is increasing, but altcoins are just going up 30, 40, 50%, whereas Bitcoin's going up 5 or 6%, right? So these are the 2 key charts. You want to keep an eye on the DXY to see if we've topped out. Once we begin to come down, historically that means mass appreciation in stocks as well as cryptos. That's what's happened every single time. And the second chart that you want to take a look at, the second chart that you want to watch, is the Bitcoin dominance chart that got a little messy here. See if we've re-entered this bear pennant and it truly does play out. Watch for this 41.3 to 41.5 area. If we retest that area, I suspect it will break and we will come down and hit this 39 to 40% area, and that's when things will get really juicy and interesting. Again, the last thing I would point out to everyone is these things do not occur over the span of a day or a week or even a month. These things will span out over the course of the next several months, okay? But I'm trying to get you well-versed and educated so that you can stay ahead of the game. So if you appreciated the content, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, let me know if you like the suit here, getting dressed up. And until next time, spread awareness and carry the education forward. Now look, if you thought in actuality that I was wearing a full suit and you're thinking to himself, what's below the suit jacket? Ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's done in 2022. You don't know it unless I back up off a camera. That's what I'm saying.
So what you gonna do, $5 on CryptoBullGod and his crypto maniacs and the entire cryptocurrency market?